I've been thinking about this one for a while and haven't been satisfied with the way that it sounds in my head, at least heretofore. And it has to do with this sort of criticism that you see of people in software. And it kind of goes like, just because you're an expert in one thing doesn't mean you're going to be an expert in another thing. Like just like you wouldn't ask your doctor about tax advice or something like that. And I think that criticism holds in some ways and doesn't in others, to the extent that what software people are actually good at is understanding systems and understanding processes and systematizing processes and doing work that does work. Alan Cooper had this sort of phrase of software people, and what he meant by that was the people who understand systematizing processes and higher order processes and doing work that does work, doing work that does work that does work, and so on. And he said, you'll find people who understand this, but you'll also find people who actually work in software who don't understand it. And I would say that it correlates highly with knowing how to code, but it's not one-to-one, because I've definitely met people who have never coded a thing in their life, and they understand these processes and they understand this stuff just fine. And I've met people who are like veteran coders who just never did. So I think I would say that what it is like learning how to code trains you to understand this sort of systematization and the systematization of systematization, sort of recursivity and so on. But what I think, like where I do agree with that criticism is what I find with a lot of programmers is they are very reductive. Like a lot of them are very sort of ontologically and epistemologically sort of immature. They just don't think about or understand. It's like like the thing with like Facebook eons ago and the like drop down for gender. It's like, oh, we can represent that with one bit. Like that is the kind of thing that so, and then of course these people go and they make these things and then everybody has to live with them. And so there's a sort of like naivety combined with a level of power where, you can go and you can make these systems that enforce reality, basically, because, and it's like, I don't know, you think about like whatever, things going a certain order, things having certain cardinalities, things just, not being a category for something or other. Like there's all sorts of, you can go read the book, Sorting Things Out, or read Cooper's book. Alan Kay, different Alan, famously suggested computer science is a misnomer and it should actually be called process science. I actually agree with that. I would love to see more people understanding the sort of basic principles of just sort of recursivity and, higher order processes and stuff like that. Like, because it's just like useful to understand. Like it's useful to understand, like, instead of doing a thing, you're going to make a machine that does the thing, and then the machine can do the thing a million times, that kind of thing. And of course, that has its trade-offs and what have you. But what I have found just dealing with people, like the people who understand versus the people who don't, and again, it's not just programmers. There's a sort of je ne sais quoi about understanding systems, understanding processes, understanding higher order processes that makes a computer person who they are, software person who they are. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my coffee.